Hey, this is Coach Pearson with cross country and track.
This is Ariana Garcia. I'm a senior on the UNCG cross country and track team.
This is Alex Roy. I'm a fifth year senior on the cross country and track team.
Great. So just starting off, hopefully you guys got a list of the questions that I sent you. For Coach, just really basic intro. What has the summer kind of been for you and your team thus far?
Yeah, I mean the summer it was unlike any other, obviously for any team, and ultimately, just tried to make the goals as simple as possible. I mean, of course, we weren't able to meet as a team, but just wanted to come back in the best shape possible. Just really try to work on the fitness for the summer and being as safe as possible while doing that. I mean, that was pretty much the summer for us. I mean, for distance runners, I mean, again, we try to keep it as simple as possible with just keeping that consistency as much as possible. So I think we overall did a pretty good job of that.
So for Ariana and Alex, just kind of what have your workouts been during the summer, and have you been staying in shape?
So for over the summer, I kind of tried to keep the same consistency that we kept during the season. So was in Greensboro, and I would try to go to the same places we would normally run at. And I definitely picked up my mileage a little bit over the summer, like 55, 60 miles a week. And it was a little difficult with no like weight training at all. So I would definitely use the strength and conditioning coaches like sent out those like body weight activities that like we would do. So I do some of those and kind of just try to keep the same consistency.
You want me to answer too, or
Yeah. Anything you want to add to that, Alex? Sure.
Oh yeah, I'll just say yeah, basically the same as every other summer. I mean, we still had the greenways and stuff open, even with COVID going on. So I think yeah, it's the same. I just did my own kind of home workouts because we didn't have the gyms open to do like weight training. So yeah, that was basically just normal summer for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so back to Coach, the way it originally looked like the cross country season was going to go, I don't know if it's still in this structure, but it was going to start in January and I think try to run through March. But you guys are usually kind of in the midst of indoor season and potentially even prepping for outdoor. So how do your preparations for cross country and those other seasons change now that everything has kind of been mixed and matched and moved around?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's there's no playbook for how to really address that, and I mean, again, just really this semester and moving forward for the rest of the semester, just really been trying to keep a lot of things that are familiar with our student athletes, with practice, with workouts that we've been doing. And I mean, obviously we know we may not be competing for at least a couple more months, but if not longer. But I think at that point, as I tell our teams, you can't fake fitness, and we don't have another skill involved. It's no offense to the other sports, but again, it's if we don't have our fitness, then we're in big trouble. So as I said before, I mean, really just trying to on a day in and day out basis, just make sure that we're putting ourselves in that position to where ultimately we are going to race again, and that day may not be tomorrow, but it's coming, and we want to be prepared. So I think we've really tried to just focus on what we can control and move from there.
So for the two student athletes, I was wondering, how did you kind of originally hear that your fall season was going to get at least postponed?
I first heard about it through Coach Pearson, but I kind of had it in the back of my mind that the season would get postponed just because I saw the seniors last year get their student athlete title taken too soon. It was kind of abruptly. And I think it really hit me this summer, the fact of that I'm graduating this year. And I think COVID, everything being a break, it kind of gave me a greater appreciation for running. not even just not great appreciation for running, but I guess specifically like running for UNCG, because even now, like we're just starting to have like our normal practice at times, like coming up this upcoming week. So just not even having like normal practice and stuff, it kind of makes me appreciate like normalcy.
Yeah, for me, I follow a Instagram account called Stride Report. They just like put a bunch of news out for cross country and stuff like that. So I saw Division 3 canceled for the fall, and then Division 2 canceled, and it was still up in question about our division. But then I just knew in my head that they're probably gonna cancel us too. So yeah, that's how I heard on Instagram.
So for Coach, you guys have had a pretty long break between running competitively, at least. So I guess what kind of positives did you see from last season that you think you can build on, whether it's for cross country or on the track?
Yeah, I think obviously with our women, we were third last year in the conference and only a few points out of second. So, and as I've always said, we have a really competitive conference for both cross country and the distance events for track. But so I think with that, yes, we did lose some from our top five, but I think it's something that we can certainly build on for the women. For the men, yeah, I mean, I think everyone kind of left the conference meet last year with, I think everyone felt like we could have done maybe a place or two better within the overall team standings. And I think for them, if anything, the guys, I think whenever we do race again, I think they're going to come in with a chip on their shoulder. And I think that's sometimes a good thing. And I think in this case, it could really help us down the road with when we do compete again.
How do you think your incoming class is going to help contribute?
Really excited about the freshmen coming in. We brought in a transfer as well. I can't say enough about both the men's and women's freshmen. Just starting with Jenna and Shay on the women's side, just a lot of energy to the women's team, and I see them getting better on a day in and day out basis when we are able to practice. For the guys, very similar. I think for Matthew, for David and Tyler, I mean I think they love being at UNCG. I think that shows on a daily basis, and they want to make that top 7. So I think it keeps everyone honest that that's an upperclassman knowing that those freshmen can really come in and step up in a positive way. So I think that's only going to add to the excitement for both teams. And Jillian for the transfer, I mean, yeah, she's really excited about being in Greensboro as well. She comes from the state of Florida, but really excited about what they bring to the table in their own individual ways. But I see, for all of them, that they can provide an instant impact, which that's always exciting to see as a coach.
So I'm kind of interested to see how everyone's kind of been adjusting to what we call the new normal kind of. Alex, if you want to go first, just kind of have you been adjusting to, going to class online, doing the social distancing, face coverings? What's kind of been, the biggest challenge for you and the biggest adjustment maybe?
Yeah, so I only have 2 classes this semester to finish up my degree. So, I mean, online classes I have for both. It hasn't been too bad. I mean, I like online classes. So it's been nice not having to go to in-person class just because you have a less risk of, getting COVID or, so yeah, that's basically been it for me with that. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else.
All right.
Everything's been,
Definitely, I guess the only difference that really strikes me is I guess less activities on campus. Especially, it's not as hard for me, I feel like, but that might be something that the freshmen have to deal with, because I know coming into college, everyone wants to hang out and have fun. You want to be a student athlete too, but you also want to hang out with people, and we can't do that right now. So I guess that's something that's different. But I mean, I've been trying to make the best of it. It actually, I guess the time away from classes and the normalcy has made me like reflect on like life better because it's had me like decide like what I'm actually going to do after college, that I'm not just going to be a student athlete forever. And I feel like honestly, like the season ending early and having like a longer summer has had me focus more just on everything, because I feel like life is so rushed and everyone just like you go day to day with doing things, or like it helps you, like I've talked to my family more, checking in with people more, I guess getting like closer with people. So even though you're not physically closer with people, like you can connect with them more virtually. But
Yeah, there's definitely been some positives, right?
mm-hmm.
Coach, did you want to add anything?
No, I think we can move on.
All right. So let's see. For that.
Actually, I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question?
Oh yeah, no, I was just wondering, just kind of how you've been adjusting to this new normal. What's been the biggest challenge for you as a coach, especially? I would think some of it would be, might include like recruiting and holding practices and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, I know it's for the recruiting. We just found out that there's no on-campus visits or off-campus contact with the recruits until January 1. So, yeah, I mean it's definitely thrown a wrench into everything we're trying to do. But I mean everyone's in that same boat, at least for D1, and so you hope everyone's following the rules. But no, I mean it's challenging. But again, it's the situation everyone's in, and so we try to find those silver things. In terms of other positives, I mean, I think I've discussed it, with the team. I think it's just, I really, forgot how much I enjoyed being at practice on a daily basis. And, no offense to this Zoom meeting, but I'm sick and tired of Zoom meetings. I want to meet face to face. I think it's a great concept with Zoom, but I think everyone's a little zoomed out right now. But I think once we're able to get back with everything, being normal, I think whenever that might be, I think it's going to be even more special.
So for Ariana and Alex, what kind of excites you the most about going into your senior season? Is there any kind of added anxiety or like excitement even, the way the schedules have kind of been switched around and changed?
So I mean, running in general, I guess, excited about to see us as a team, how our times are gonna like progress. I feel like a lot of people are on like the right track to getting some like nice PRs once we start having meets again. I don't know how I feel about the like possible cross country season starting in January, just because I know how the weather can get, and I don't know how that's going to work for like northern states. So I don't know about the technicality, how I feel about it, but I'm definitely like really excited to race no matter what like conditions that we're in. I think we'll get through it. And I think I'm just happy to see like how far I've come like from high school to being a college athlete, because I mean Coach Pearson really kind of like took a chance on me by like recruiting me because I wasn't like the best high school runner. But I feel like definitely he's kind of transformed me into like a Division I athlete, like which should be, with my time and everything. And I feel like he does that with a lot of his athletes. So I guess that's like an exciting thing to see how like the freshmen, the same thing's gonna happen to them.
Yeah, for me, I'm kind of in a weird spot because I was only supposed to come back for cross country in the fall. So having the cross country season start in January, I'm gonna kind of like wait and see what happens with that. But if I do end up racing and everything, I'm definitely excited about it. It's just it's been weird training because it's just weird having to wait so long just to race. So it's like you don't really know how good you are at the moment, but hopefully just follow the plan and end up doing or having a good season if it happens. So.
And Coach, how does two student athletes on this call kind of contributed to the success of your team, both in competition and outside of it?
No, I mean in terms of the competition side, I mean they've both these student athletes and just whether it's the course in cross country or track, I mean, both have been our number ones in cross country. And so I think they understand what that means and just the, commitment to the team. And I think both have very much a team first attitude, which again, you can't necessarily teach someone that. I think they either have that or they don't. And fortunately for us, I think they understand that, really important trait for anyone. So, Ari, again, I can't say enough about her. I mean, she certainly leads by example quite a bit. And that was even when she was an underclassman. And I think, she may not see it, but I hope you don't take this in the wrong way, Ari, but I think a lot of your teammates look at you and they really, I mean, you lead by example. I think that, whether you know it or not, they're doing a lot of the things that you're doing in a positive way. For Alex, the same thing. I think, it's tough not to have a fifth-year senior not be contagious to anyone else on the team when it comes to not with COVID, knock on wood, but with more so just with the day-to-day, things that he was all conference for us last year, and I think guys want to be all conference, and so they're going to look at guys that have done that, and I think that Ari was really close to being all conference for us as well. But I think anytime you have two athletes that are in the positions they're in, they're doing a great job with just that responsibility. And that's, whether it's competing or, just doing things outside that are going to keep the team safe during this period. I knock on wood. I mean, I think they're really exemplifying, what it means to, be safe during these times. And so that's definitely a great thing.
And so finally, just what kind of goals are you setting for your student athletes these coming semesters? Do those goals change at all because of the switch up that we've had, or do they just stay the same?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I can't say that. I mean, the goals are, again, just to be as fit as possible once we get to that first race. And I mean, certainly I think with fitness, you don't want to peak too soon, so to speak. And I don't think that we're doing that. I think we came in with a good foundation of base, and, moving forward, again, there's no blueprint for how to really handle this season or the seasons coming up. But I think we're just sticking to a lot of the things that we've done in the past that have made us, successful, whether it's track or cross country. And so moving towards, the spring semester, I think if we can get to that point with a whole lot of consistency, a whole lot of, just solid, training, I think that's only going to help us. And again, it goes back to controlling the things that we can control at this point.
Great. Well, I just want to thank you all for taking the time to talk to me, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark.
Season. Thank you.
See you guys.